Well guys, this E46 has a mean clunk in the rear end, and today we're going to get it fixed up. I suspect that it's that rear differential bushing. I've put my eyes on it before, so we're going to get up underneath the rear end. We're going to try to do it with the exhaust on. Let's get a look at this bushing and let's get this thing out of there. All right. All right, y'all, so here's the rear end of the 330i that we're working on today. There is a rear differential bushing right up here that mounts the rear differential ear off the back of the cover to the subframe. As you can see by those cracks up top, that rear differential bushing is smoked, and anytime I shift from reverse to drive, it clunks in the rear end, and I cannot sell this car with that clunk. So we're going to tear in there and get it removed today. All in all, I'm thinking we'll have to drop this exhaust down, so I'll just hang it. I'm not going to remove it completely. We'll get this rear sway bar down. We'll disconnect both side CV axles, disconnect the front drive shaft. We're going to have to pull this extra support off the front in order to get the drive shaft removed, I think. Get the two front bolts out too. There's two front bolts that hold in the differential on both sides up front, so I'll have to get those removed, pull the pumpkin all the way out, pull that bushing, and get the new one installed tomorrow when we get the part. Getting this exhaust hanger off. That way this thing just stays drooped and we get a little bit extra access. I should probably get some safety glasses on for this job because it's going to drop a bunch of in my eyes. I already broke them all loose. I stick a screwdriver in the rotor, in the vane of the rotor to hold it. And then now that I've broken them all loose, I'm just going to use this 1/4 inch E-Torx and pull them all out. Okay, drive shaft is out. That bushing is so blown out, guys. Look at all that rear diff movement. That bolt is still in. Time to drop this differential onto my belly. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at all that play, guys. Look at that tear. Let's get this sucker out because she is smoked. We're going to be using my Harbor Freight wheel bearing puller kit that I used in my wheel bearing and parking brake video. So hopefully we got all the right cup sizes. If not, we'll make it work. For those of you wondering, it's the Maddox front wheel bearing puller MC21-1. Oh man. My bolt doesn't fit. Ah! We gotta go to the hardware store after all. Look at Big Bertha. What's up, Nona? We got Nona and we got Sage in training back here. Sage, where you at? Hey, puppy. You're gonna go for a little ride with me to the parts store. Let's go find some hardware. I think I might have to put Sage in the front seat though. She's not ready for the truck bed. I'll drive down the street with her back there, see how she does. Well, folks, it's hailing on the beach. Crazy weather we're having today. All right, guys, day 2. Welcome back. So here's the bolt for that wheel bearing puller kit that I have, and here's my issue. It's far too large for the differential bushing. So I went out and I got some other hardware yesterday. Here's the original differential bolt, and I was trying to find something same width but longer, but I just couldn't find it at the hardware store. So luckily today I got 2 differential bushings, one for my 2001, the other one for my manual 2002. I also got an oil filter housing gasket for this car. I also got a brake clip and a Vanos oil line, so I'll be able to knock those out in the future as well. Luckily, what I did find today was a piece of B7 all thread. It's a nice fine thread. I got a bunch of hardware, some of these longer nuts for it. I also got some other grade 8 hardware. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this down to size, and we'll use this as a replacement for our puller bolt. So I'll probably just cut it down to the same length as this, and then we'll give that a shot. So let's see if it works. Also, in case you're curious, differential bushings are $43 a piece. Oil filter housing gasket was $8. Vanos oil line was $50, and the brake clip was $20. This file's been all over the state with me, fighting fire and keeping my tools sharp. Get our nut. So I got a jam nut on the all thread, by the way, in case you're curious. Back here, so I can use this outside nut as a driver, and then just a single nut on the other side here. So let's get started. Nice, guys. We done got it. Sweet. So yeah, backing nut, washer, plus driver, cup to receive it. There you are. But we're just gonna hit this with a drill real quick, with a brush attachment. And so one thing to keep in mind on this bushing is this passenger side sticks out farther. This bushing has to go in a specific way. This dot needs to go towards the front. And this side that protrudes needs to be on the passenger side. This side is flush. Got to orient it properly because this is slotted sideways. You don't want to orient it up and down, you want it front to back. So for our backing plate, it needs to be larger than the hole on the subframe in order to stop it once we're all the way in. And on this side, I'm picking this cup with a recess. That way it will protect that inside piece of the bushing, so we're not putting all our driving force on this inside piece. We want to be driving on the outside ring. Get it started real quick just so it doesn't fall on my head. And that's why I like to hit it in with the mallet real quick so that none of this stuff shifts. Now the problem with this is as I drive this bushing in, this bolt is eventually going to hit this sway bar bracket. So we'll just have to adjust once we get there. Now it's going, but now our bolt is about to touch our sway bar bracket. So I'm gonna break this loose, stack that, take up some of our height. Even have enough room to stack one more, taking the distance out of the bolt. That's tight. Right on, folks. There you have it, oriented with the dot forward. The channel is going from front to rear, and looks good on the back. Looks good on the front. So we're ready to rock. Let's get this differential back installed and keep on rocking. The game plan is to put it on my belly. Sacrifice my body for the differential. All right, nice. We got the bolt through. So we'll just loosely throw on the nut for that, and then we need to go up and get these front bolts in, and freaking spider web going in my nose. So that bushing is slotted front to rear, so once you put these two front bolts in and tighten those, it'll suck the differential forward, and then you can lock down this rear bolt after those fronts are installed. Well, rear diff is tight, front two mounts are tight, so all three mounts are tight. Now we'll probably start doing drive shafts, CV axles, and then sway bar and exhaust, and put the wheels back on. Not too bad. She's tight. And then one last thing, just make sure that your heat shield is free and clear of the drive shaft. Just double check that. Get this light out of my face. Next step, we can get this cross member back up. Okay, this whole area is buttoned up. I just got to put the heat shield back on. Something chipped this right here, which is pretty wild. They must have like contacted something because it looks like it came backwards and then maybe scuffed over this. Nice. All right, I'm gonna pop up and get the sway bar links on and come back down, but you're not coming with me to both wheels. Oh yeah. All right. I just gotta put this exhaust up. We're almost ready to drive it, folks. Almost. Nice, guys. 4 more bolts, then the wheels. Before I put the wheels on and take her for a rip, I want to get this brake spring replaced. It is leaning forward and contacting the rotor, and you can see a little groove right there. I tried to bend it back into shape, but it just wanted to go back to where it was, so I ordered a replacement, so we're going to slap that in real quick. And so let's see. Yeah, these tangs are bent forward more than these are, so this should solve our issue. This is just like the anti-rattle clip. Nice. That looks much better. Well, moment of truth. Wheels are back on, differential bushing is replaced, anti-rattle brake clip is replaced. Let's take her for a rip. All right, let's check for the rear end clunk. Drive. Reverse. Woohoo! Ain't that buttery smooth. You can't hear anything but the brakes. Oh, feel the rear end load up, unload in reverse, and no noise whatsoever. With the control arm bushings and engine mounts too, this thing is just driving like a dream. It's driving better than my manual trans car with 150K. All right, let's take her for a rip, shall we? Man, I'm gonna start daily driving this car instead. One of you guys needs to buy this thing from me already, because I'm just gonna keep sinking my money into it and making videos for you guys and not make any money when I sell it. Man, this thing drives great. It's hailing at the beach today at my house. Sport mode! Man, what a nice car. This thing was not nice when I first got it, but it's really turning into something nice. If you want to buy this car, you can fly into my location in Northern California. I'll pick you up at the airport, and then you can drive it home. Or, if you're not too far away, I'm willing to drive this thing to your location if you guarantee that you'll buy it. It is dumping, folks. Woo-hoo-hoo! It's hail. That ain't rain. I think it would make some pretty cool content. We could do a little road trip, dropping it off, you know, something like that, or do a video picking up one of my viewers or subscribers at the airport. I think it'd be pretty cool. Success. Well guys, this thing's driving like a brand new car again. I'm super happy with how that diff bushing went. It took me, I'd say, about 5 to 6 hours total between today and yesterday combined. I still need to get the torque converter pulled out of the car. Probably need to order some little bit higher sitting jack stands. That way I can get some good clearance under the vehicle to get that trans pulled out. That's a job I'm not looking forward to doing. Other than that, I'm going to polish the headlights, maybe put some new cornering lights in it. Oil filter housing, gasket, plus the Vanos line, and this thing should be pretty much ready to sell. I should probably just sell it right now so I stop sinking my money into it, but it's really hard for me to sell a car that has items on a list that I know that need to get done. So it produces more content for the channel, it makes the car a lot cleaner. I'm hoping that'll translate when it comes time to sell it. However, that's not always the case. Some repairs, you just don't get your money back when you do sell used cars. It's going to wrap it up for today. I'll probably be back out here tomorrow doing the oil filter housing and Vanos line, so I'll be sure to get you guys some content when I knock that out. I hope you enjoyed today's video or learned something new. The car's driving great and I'm real happy about it. So thanks for making it this far in the video. I really appreciate you. And as always, I will see you on my next day off, folks.